Welcome to Showercast, where we sit here and talk while our wife takes a shower in the background. Yes, indeed, it's the infamous Showercast where you can use your eyes to close and just listen. No, there's no video. I don't care what the hell you think. It's only be audio. Use your imagination to think about what my wife's doing in that shower. Tantalizing and imaginative all at the same time. Oh, my. Woman who uses Gorilla Glue spray to style her hair, and it doesn't go well. Let's just say permanent damage. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just say glue goes on objects, not people. Oh well, that's all we'll say about it because it sucks for her and we'll leave her alone. And we're not going to talk about too much about it. Just trying to make a video. Didn't go well. It's TikTok. Yeah. Just. Oh my gosh. Well, probably just going to shave her head. Because Gorilla Glue. So, yeah. So, as my wife essentially lathers up in the shower, you'll get to hear odd random sounds and myself just talk about, nothing. So, it's going to be Valentine's Day. And I don't approve. It's too much commercialized. It got turned from one thing to another. And let's not talk about the Valentine's Day massacre. That was sad. Let's instead talk about good things about Valentine's Day. Reaffirming that you care about each other. You should do it once a week. But really make a show of it once a month, Be like, hey, you. Life would suck without having you in it all the time. Just so you know. And I think the world of you, or higher, you are the sun and the moon. Or you are the moon to my sun, or you are the sun to my moon. You shine greatly above the heavens unto me. Whatever you feel like picking. Just never hurts to tell people, hey, look, I know that I love you and I care about you. Or if you want to say I love you yet, just like I care about you, I don't need to tell you only once or twice a year how I feel about you. It should be way more than that. And when you have that much communication, and if you communicate more in your relationships, you'll find you'll be fighting a whole lot less in life. Yep. And there won't be need to cheat on you or cheat on the other person if you know how much you care about each other and you show it and talk about it and be like, hey, what do you want to talk about this month? Is there anything going on? Anything you need to talk to me about us? Yeah, cool. No, I appreciate the idea, but no, I'm not into the strap on. You will not peg me as that kind of guy. You never know. Well, hey, you're like, yeah, why not? See it from your end. Sorry, bad pun. But yeah, other than that, the bad virus time is still happening. If you have cloth face masks, own 4. Wash one every other day because bacteria builds up in them. They're not disposable. So, And if you're doing disposables, good on you, but man, that's expensive, To be able to use just one a day and throw them away every single day, and it's been going on for 365 days at least so far, I had to blow a lot of money. But, and also a lot of waste, just one-time masks all the time, everywhere you go. Unless you, save the whole one for the whole day instead of using one for wherever place you go. And to the people who cannot wear masks, or it's extremely uncomfortable, or I know someone where the mask literally makes your face break out in hives and gets all red and inflamed. I'm sorry. That sucks hard. I wish I knew of a way to help. I don't. But good luck. Stay alive for me. Yeah, I've already known 2 people who have passed away from complications of this virus. It did suck. But, can't always avoid it. And if you do get the vaccine, don't forget to get your second round of vaccine a month later, because you're building up an immunity to something your body's not used to. It's a little bit more hardcore than the normal viruses that you catch for a cold or a flu. So it takes two. And those who can't and are still waiting for it, be patient. It's not being doled out by the government, it's being doled out by a pharmaceutical company. And there's only really about two that are doing anything in the US. So, patience, good luck, stay alive. And if those who don't have anybody for Valentine's Day, I feel you. I didn't have anyone for Valentine's Day for the first 16 years. Yeah, easy. Too much of an introvert. Didn't know how to talk to people. I still kind of don't, but that's why there's the podcast. That way I can start talking to people, whether they want me to or not. But if you stay and listen, that's awesome. So, yeah, I feel you if you don't have anyone for Valentine's Day, and how much you kind of like envy and not entirely hate people who are, but because hate's a strong thing. The thing you should hate is taxes and death. Death sucks because then you can't, do all the cool stuff you did when you were alive. Suicide's not the answer. So stay alive, even if you're single. I mean, I don't even want to talk about how many suicides there's been on Valentine's Day because someone didn't have someone. Some people don't find the person or anyone sometimes until 30s or 40s, even just to date. It's just so hard, especially right now. How can you date and do stuff in person during the virus time? Hopefully it'll be over within 5 years, completely gone within 5 years, depending on vaccinations and human immunities and mutation of said virus. Now, there's been worse viruses throughout our existence as humans, but not as mysterious as the dancing plague. Yeah, in a small town somewhere in Europe, I'll look it up later, people danced to their death and they couldn't stop. I would not want that because I don't know how to dance. It would look awkward and stupid, and I'd just be dancing awkwardly to my death. Ugh, no thanks. So, honestly, I can say we can be thankful. This is I can honestly say one of the weakest viruses that could be considered a population killer compared to other ones we've had of like chloria, smallpox, tuberculosis. Those were the dangerous, scary ones. Spanish flu that took out not just hundreds or thousands, but millions. Or also stupidity. That works too. That's also, it's not a virus, that's just a condition. But yeah, so do the best you can, stay alive. Human race will eventually find out a way to get better and get rid of all viruses because, we're scientific like that. We don't give up. There's progress. And showers. That keep you clean. Don't forget to take a shower at least once a week. Some people don't have access to water. Yeah, but they can listen to a podcast. It's weird. Technology is cheaper than plumbing. Go figure. So, on that topic of technology, I think it's quite interesting that, I love saying this, back in my day, when we had cell phones, when they eventually happened, we had flip phones after the brick phones. And then, they had the keypad, but now we're going back to flip phones again because somehow retro's cool again. Has it been 20 years since what the old is considered cool again? I guess, right? But not for the price tag of like $2,000 for a fucking flip phone that folds. That's just a touch screen. I don't get it. Whatever. I want a phone that rolls into my pocket, or I can fold every which way like a piece of paper and just it's like, I gotta fold it this way today. I don't have the big pants, so I gotta fold it into 4 pieces instead of the usual 2. That's the kind of cell phone I'm looking for. Or a cell phone that uses body electricity. Humans generate electricity by living. We're giant electrical living batteries. It's nuts. We all even have an EMF field it's very low generating, but we do a larger electric current than an EMF field. We can power our own stuff. It's nuts. We just have to find out how to harness body electricity, like the frequency or whatever. Then we can just literally just attach cell phone parts to, like, I don't know, fingernails, like just like snap-on fingernails, which is like a temporary tattoo. That'd be nuts. It'd be the best way. It's like, yeah, I'm using this cell phone to like a temporary tattoo. It's cool. Or an armband, or like a bracelet, or a ring. Or I know we've already gotten cell phone technology to be so small already. We could easily just have a cell phone. I have a watch. That's my cell phone, basically. It's a smartwatch, and I can make calls from it. I can text from it. The only thing I can't do is check the internet. So the only thing that holds it back is the battery that has to be charged. So if we have like a way to, like I said, harness body's electrical current, we would never have to charge anything ever again. We could have electronics that just snap onto you with just like what do you call those, diodes, or like, not diodes, the stuff that's on like the back, the contacts, the metal contacts, like somehow touch to your skin and absorb electrical current. So it may not be like an instant, hardcore charge, but like a slow trickle charge would still be enough to keep a cell phone going, or your favorite pair of headphones. But then at the same time, that could also lead to the problems of people selling themselves for battery power, which, I mean, would be a good thing in like third world countries or even less than that. But then, at the same time, it also would be finding ways to turn people into slaves or indentured servants just because they want to harness them for electrical current. It's like a giant battery. So it's got some ups and downs. I don't know. It's interesting to think about, though. It's like, oh yeah, why have a power plant when you can hook up 10,000 people and make them sit there and generate electricity for us? There's so many ups and downs for it. Yeah, it'd be great because we wouldn't have to use fossil fuels anymore. We just use people for like generating power. But if you're talking about like vehicles, then since we're already supposedly moving to electrical vehicles anyways, I guess you would still have to charge it with like your car with plugging it in from a wall outlet, I guess, like Teslas do. But I know eventually. No, you know what? Remember back in the day? Yeah. Late 80s, early 90s, when we had a rush to see how many solar panels we could stick on these cars, these prototype cars, in like colleges and universities and like high-tech places, to see how far they could go on like a single charge, or if they can continuously keep driving, even at like a low speed, because there were solar panels on the vehicle. Well, guess what? It worked great. But what happened to it? That's what I wondered. What happened? For a good 10 years, we had raced to see who can put solar panels on the car and see how many miles it can go. But then they all disappeared. It's like, why don't we have solar panels, even like one on a car, hook up to our battery, always keep it like a trickle charge or something, But since we have hybrid cars, why not? We had cars for a while where they were boosting that. Oh yeah, to hit the brakes, somehow it slowly charges your batteries, the electric side of your car. Why don't we just hook up solar panels to our cars? Or instead of having a moonroof or sunroof, that spot has a solar panel. Is it because you wouldn't have to use as much fossil fuels or buy as much electricity because you'd be generating your own? Is it always just about money all the time? Is why our technology is stagnating? Those are questions I'd like answered, but I don't want the government coming after me to tell me stop asking these questions. We're not wanting to tell you about this stuff and why we keep killing people who create inventions that don't require large amounts of fossil fuels. Like the guy who made a continuous perpetual engine with magnetics. I'm not going to go any further because I don't want to be hunted down. But yeah, real thing. Look up on YouTube. Just takes a magnetic engine, just a few quick turns from a battery or from a human power, and just keeps going because it's magnets. Yeah, it's crazy. But that was stopped, and the technology keep getting hushed or burned down, or people keep getting killed over it. So it really is, I guess, just money. Yeah. Yeah. I guess answer my own questions. Wasn't that fun? But yeah. I mean, speaking of fun in cars, I still like the idea of auto driving cars like the Tesla, where it drives you. I think it'd be great. But the biggest problem for me, why I'll never own one until they can prove to me that someone cannot literally just hack your car over Wi Fi or Bluetooth and then make you drive into a tree. Yeah. I am not going to be having that. No. No. I'd be like, yeah, I made a random enemy. I got a coworker who was a dick, and I called him an asshole, and then yeah, he hacked my car and it made me drive off a fucking cliff. Or malware or a virus where your car is taken hostage and they can drive you like a remote. No thanks. So until you can make like a rolling algorithm where it's nearly impossible, and I mean nearly, virtually impossible to take control over the vehicle. Because I'm pretty sure that Tesla has a backdoor code to get into any single Tesla vehicle they want per the government's request. The government always requests of a backdoor into anything electronic, usually. Mostly cell phones, a lot of programs like operating systems, and I wouldn't doubt vehicles that drive themselves. So yeah, yeah. So Boston Dynamics, fun company. They make robots, scary stuff. Robo dogs, Terminators. They can jump. They can do somersaults. They can chase you down the fucking street with a machete, or they can swear at you. Either way. Boston Dynamics sold themselves to a car manufacturing firm. Um, it was either like Mitsubishi or Nissan, one of the two. Hopefully, they're not going to have killer robots anytime soon. We're hoping. But hey, technology is awesome. So, and so is much. Technology is going to good, interesting places, but at the same time, it's getting kind of weird and scary. I would like to have cell phones be longer lasting, better power consumption. They're basically mini computers, anyways. Um, I don't want fully automated cars because, like I said, I don't want people driving me off a cliff unless I have supreme control over it. I thought that the movie Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone did a great, you know, what do you call it, like future guess for self-driving cars, and pretty soon we'll have laser guns, handheld laser guns that don't shoot like pulse. Well, it would shoot like a pulse of a laser, yeah, but wouldn't make explosions. You don't make explosions with lasers unless you're superheating waters or liquids and turning to explosive gases and that much of a heat at one time. Or personalized rail guns to where your gun doesn't have propellant behind it, or your rifle doesn't have propellant behind it. It's a miniaturized railgun where you can put anything in it and shoot anything. That's gonna be the awesome part. We go to that next. We just get rid of black powder propellants. It's just everything's a miniature railgun. Can you imagine shooting like dildos at people at high speed, knocking them unconscious, or sandwiches, or even like what do you call it stuff? Like Nickelodeon slime. Fun. Or net launchers. Yeah, that bugs me. I remember Amazon. Unfortunately, the CEO is stepping down from the active role and becoming a more passive role because he's like, yeah, I'm a billionaire of ridiculousness. I know I did get divorced from my wife from a few years ago, and she took half, but I mean, not it for the money. It was really fun having a business for a while. So I'm going to step down, and I want to ask him, hey, since you got free time now, why don't you try and bring back up the drone Amazon deliveries? You talked about that like 5, 6 years ago. That I was really hoping for. Amazon drone deliveries. Just throw out a little mat or like a little, landing pad, whatever, and they just drop it off to you. I actually wanted to see that. I know there'd be tons of people who are dicks who are like, yeah, let's try to shoot them down and steal the stuff out of them, or like hack them and take their stuff, or take the drone too. I'm pretty sure there's anti whatever software they could use, or like GPS with like police signal, like emergency signal if someone if they get shot down or something, and they'll have like a good GPS with cameras everywhere so they can like know who it was with facial recognition software that's easily obtainable, not just from the government. So you can find out who these people are if they shot stuff down. I don't know why the FCAA, the federal, whatever it is for airplanes and drones, like why didn't they let them do it? I mean, it sounds awesome. I mean, just don't do drone flying of people. Like, don't drop people off. It'd be cool for prison breaks, but bad. It'd be pretty funny to see like someone's playing like Flight of the Valkyries, and there's a dude strapped to a to a drone. He's just sitting there with Roman candles, just going off, shooting at people. Uh, YouTube makes me think of terrible things. But yeah, don't strap people to drones. That's ridiculous. For jailbreaks or entertainment or otherwise, that's just weird. So yeah, maybe that's why they don't make giant drones that hold people that you know of, and give them to the regular citizens. I know the terribleness that could happen, and that's why you have to have a license and register with the federal aviation. If you have like one of those big old drones, because they don't want you doing nothing stupid. They want to keep tabs on you. But that'd be funny. So today's Ramble On is going to be a little shorter because I'm doing this before I go to work. I work graveyard. I stay up all night. I see weird stuff. I see interesting stuff. Sometimes I just see rabbits everywhere. Or an albino wolf. Or coyote, not wolf. Albino coyote. And sometimes I'll just see them all just standing in the middle of the road, just having conversation. You don't know. So yeah, so that was it for today. It's going to be a good 22-minute one. All right. Well, hopefully next time I'll actually have people join me. Until next week. Bye.